All right, get ready, because today we're going deep on some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
We're diving into the law of one,
Okay.
and uh, and you provided us with this incredible book on mind power.
Right.
So we're going to be talking about this idea of universal unity
Okay.
and love as the driving force.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be pairing it with the wisdom from that mind power book you gave us about the potential of the human mind
Right.
to shape reality.
Yeah. It's fascinating how these two concepts, one being cosmic,
Mm-hmm.
the law of one,
Right.
and the other being so intensely personal, the power of the mind, can actually work together.
Absolutely.
They offer like a framework for understanding not just the universe, but like our role in it.
Exactly.
So,
So let's lay the groundwork
okay.
with the law of one.
Sure.
Now, I know you've been deep in that raw material.
Yeah.
So can you kind of break down this concept of unity for us?
Yeah.
What does it really mean that all things are one?
Well, the law of one essentially states that everything, all energy, all beings, all of creation stems from this single infinite creator.
Okay.
It's ultimate interconnectedness,
Right.
a cosmic web where like every thread, every point is part of the same fabric.
Okay, so we're all connected.
Yeah,
But I gotta admit, this idea that even stones, like the ones in the pyramids,
right.
are considered alive in the raw material.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a head scratcher for me.
Yeah.
How does that fit in?
It challenges our perception of what alive even means.
Okay.
If we view consciousness not as something exclusive to humans, but as like a spectrum,
Okay.
woven throughout all of creation,
Yeah.
it opens up a whole new way of relating to the world around us.
Right.
And suddenly that stone isn't just an inert object,
Right.
but like a participant in this grand symphony of existence.
Wow, that's making me think about how we interact with, well, everything.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and bring in the Mind Power book.
Okay.
You mentioned the power of the mind to shape reality.
Yeah.
Can you unpack that a little?
It highlights three core principles:
Okay.
desire, will, and imagination.
Okay.
It argues that our desires act like a powerful magnet, attracting what we focus on.
Okay.
Willpower is the driving force, the focus energy that propels us forward.
Right.
And imagination is our creative blueprint, the tool we use to shape our reality.
You know, that makes sense. But honestly, it sounds a bit like something you see on a late night infomercial.
Right.
Manifest your dream life.
Yeah,
You know?
I get that.
Is there something more to it than just like positive thinking?
It's deeper than that. Think about the snake analogy in the book.
Okay.
Remember how they describe a snake's gaze? That intense focus, almost like they're hypnotizing their prey.
Right.
It's an example of how directed energy, even on an instinctual level,
Oh, yeah.
can influence another being.
Okay, that's a pretty vivid image.
Yeah,
So we've got this universal unity from the law of one
right.
and the individual mind power described in the book. But how do these two concepts work together?
Yeah.
Where's the intersection?
That's where it gets really intriguing.
Okay.
The raw material emphasizes service to others as a key path for spiritual growth.
Okay.
It suggests that as souls, we have a choice to act in service to ourselves or in service to others.
So you're saying that by using our mind power to help others,
Mm-hmm.
to contribute to the well-being of the whole,
Yes,
that's a way to live the law of one more fully.
exactly.
Okay.
The raw material even talks about wanderers,
Okay.
these souls who choose to incarnate on Earth specifically to help with its evolution.
So maybe by channeling our mind power towards acts of service,
Yeah,
we're tapping into that inherent desire
exactly.
to contribute to the greater good.
Yeah.
Okay. This is starting to paint a picture of how these ideas fit together.
Right.
But I'm also sensing a but coming.
Well, there is a cautionary note here.
Okay.
The sources we're looking at, both the raw material and the mind power book, emphasize that this power of the mind isn't inherently good or bad.
Okay.
It's neutral.
It's all about how we choose to use it.
You mean like I could end up accidentally manifesting a pile of laundry
Right.
instead of world peace?
It's not quite that literal,
Okay.
but the point is valid.
Right.
The raw material talks about groups like the Orion Group,
Right.
who are described as using their advanced mind power for manipulation and control,
Yeah.
serving their own interests rather than the well-being of others.
So intentions matter.
Exactly.
So how do we ensure that our intentions are aligned with the loving principles of the law of one?
That's the million-dollar question,
Right.
and one we'll continue to unpack as we go deeper
Yeah.
into your sources.
Right.
What stands out to you so far? What's piqued your curiosity about these concepts?
Honestly, I'm a little overwhelmed, but in a good way.
It is a lot.
This whole idea of interconnectedness,
Yeah.
of harnessing our mind power for something bigger than ourselves.
Right.
It's a lot to process.
It is a lot to process, but that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating. We're not just gathering information.
Yeah.
We're exploring a whole new way of seeing ourselves
Right.
and the universe.
Okay, well, I'm ready to keep exploring. Let's dive in.
All right. It's like we're each holding a piece of this giant jigsaw puzzle.
Right.
And the law of one is showing us how those pieces fit together
Yeah.
to create the bigger picture.
And the Mind Power book is giving us the tools to actually put our piece in place.
Right.
But this whole idea of free will keeps coming up,
Yeah.
both in the Raw Material and the Mind Tower book.
Mm-hmm.
How does our individual choice, our free will, play into this interconnected web of existence?
That's a key point, and it's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The law of one emphasizes that we have the choice to act in service to others or in service to self,
Okay.
and that these choices shape not only our individual journeys, but also the collective evolution of consciousness.
So it's not just about me meditating to manifest a parking space.
Right.
My choices actually have a ripple effect
Yes.
on the whole universe.
Think of it this way. Every thought, every action, every choice you make sends out a vibration like a pebble dropped into a pond.
Okay.
Those ripples spread outwards, impacting the entire body of water.
Wow.
It's not about judging choices as good or bad, but recognizing their inherent power.
Okay, so much responsibility.
Yeah.
It makes those everyday decisions feel a lot more weighty.
It does.
But how does that tie back to the idea of being a better follower of the law of one?
The raw material suggests that the level of consciousness we achieve both individually and collectively is directly related to the choices we make.
Okay.
The more we align our choices with love, compassion, understanding, and service to others, the more we contribute to the overall harmony of the universe.
So it's like those choices we make, big and small, are adding up to something bigger.
Exactly.
It's not just about our own personal growth, but about contributing to this grand cosmic evolution.
Right.
I'm starting to see how the wisdom from the Mind Power book, focusing our thoughts and actions, can actually be a practical way to live out the principles of the law of one.
Exactly. The Mind Power book gives us tools like visualization,
Right.
affirmations, and even acts of service.
Yeah.
It encourages us to be conscious creators of our reality.
Uh-huh.
And when we combine those tools with the intention to serve others,
Right.
to act from a place of love and unity,
Yeah.
that's where the magic happens.
But let's be realistic here. The world is full of conflict and division.
Yeah.
How do we navigate those challenges through the lens of the law of one and this idea of mind power?
The raw material emphasizes the importance of understanding and respecting free will,
Okay.
even when we encounter those who hold beliefs or make choices that we might not agree with.
So it's not about winning arguments or proving someone wrong.
No.
It's a tough one, especially when we see things happening in the world that feel so unjust.
It is tough,
Yeah.
and it requires a deep level of compassion.
Right.
The raw material suggests that even those who seem to be acting out of selfishness or causing harm are in their own way seeking love, even if it's distorted or misguided.
So it's like they're looking for love in all the wrong places.
Right.
And our job is to meet them with compassion,
Exactly.
even if we don't condone their actions.
It's the challenge and the beauty of the law of one.
Okay.
It calls us to see the divine spark in every being,
Right.
even those who are seemingly lost or causing pain.
Yeah.
It challenges us to extend compassion and understanding as a way to heal, not judge.
This is making me realize that compassion is a much more active, powerful force than I thought.
Absolutely.
It's not passive or weak.
Right.
It's an intentional choice
Exactly.
to see the humanity in everyone,
Yeah.
even when it's hard.
And that's where the Mind Power book comes in again.
Okay.
It reminds us that our thoughts are powerful if we constantly focus on negativity, judgment, and fear. We're contributing to that energy.
Right.
But if we choose to focus on love, understanding, and forgiveness, we're shifting the vibration not just within ourselves, but in the world around us.
Okay, so we're using our minds to choose love over fear, compassion over judgment. But what about the big question?
Yeah.
What's the point of it all?
Right.
If this infinite interconnected web of existence is all there is, does anything we do as individuals really matter?
That's the question, isn't it? The one we all wrestle with at some point.
Right.
And the law of one actually flips the script on what matters.
Okay. I'm intrigued. What do you mean?
Instead of focusing on achieving some grand external outcome,
Okay.
the law of one shifts the focus inward.
Okay.
It suggests that our primary purpose is to simply be,
Okay.
to experience, to learn, and to grow in our understanding of the Creator.
So it's not about what we accomplish in the world,
Right.
but about who we become along the way.
Exactly. It's about the journey of self-discovery,
Okay.
the evolution of consciousness, and the deepening of our connection to the divine within.
Okay.
And that's a journey we can undertake every single day, regardless of our external circumstances.
But hold on, that still feels kind of abstract.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have to go to work, pay bills,
Right.
deal with all the mundane stuff of life.
Yeah.
How does that fit into this grand cosmic journey?
And within those seemingly mundane experiences lie countless opportunities for growth.
Okay.
Every interaction,
Right.
every challenge, every moment of joy or sorrow
Yeah.
offers a chance to learn,
Well,
to expand our understanding,
right.
and to embody the principles of the law of one.
So we're turning everyday life into a spiritual practice.
Exactly.
Using those tools from the Mind Power book, like mindfulness and intention, to see the divine in everything and everyone we encounter.
Precisely, it's about bringing awareness, intention, and compassion to every moment, regardless of whether it's special or ordinary.
Right.
It's about recognizing that we're not separate from this cosmic dance, but active participants.
Okay, this is a lot to digest, but I'm starting to see how it all connects.
Good.
We're not just passive observers in this grand universe.
Right?
We're co-creators, using our minds to shape our reality and contribute to the evolution of consciousness.
Right.
And the more we align ourselves with the principles of the law of one, the more we tap into the power of love, compassion, and unity.
It's a powerful realization, isn't it?
It is.
And it's a journey that unfolds one choice, one thought, one action at a time.
Before we move on to the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I'd love for you to take a moment and reflect on what's resonating with you so far.
Sure.
What sparks your curiosity? What insights are challenging your existing beliefs?
Yeah.
We'll come back and delve even deeper into these concepts and how they can empower you to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
We've been talking about this idea of interconnectedness and our individual choices impacting the whole.
Right.
But there's a question that often comes up.
Okay.
What about our unique purpose?
Right.
If we're all part of this grand unified consciousness,
Yeah.
does each of us have a specific role to play?
Right, because if we're all just these tiny drops in this cosmic ocean, it's easy to feel insignificant.
Yeah.
Does the law of one address that?
It does, and in a really empowering way. The raw material suggests that each of us, as a unique expression of the Creator, does have a special and valuable role to play in the evolution of consciousness.
So we're not just interchangeable parts.
No.
We each bring something unique to the table.
Exactly. Think of it like a giant puzzle.
Okay.
Every piece is essential to completing the picture,
Right.
and each piece has its own unique shape and color.
Yeah.
In the same way, we each have our own unique gifts, talents, and experiences to contribute to the grand tapestry of existence.
But how do we find our piece of the puzzle?
Yeah.
How do we know what our unique role is supposed to be?
The law of one suggests that our purpose unfolds organically
Okay.
as we align ourselves with its principles, love, compassion, understanding, and service to others.
Okay.
It's not about finding some predetermined destiny,
Right.
but about living in accordance with our highest values and allowing our unique path to emerge.
So it's not about chasing some external definition of success.
Right.
But about following our hearts, our passions, and trusting that they'll lead us in the right direction.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for us, even if we can't always see the bigger picture.
Right.
It's about having faith that our individual journeys are perfectly orchestrated, guiding us towards our highest potential.
That's a really comforting thought.
Yeah.
But there's still this part of me that struggles with this whole purpose thing.
Right.
It feels like a lot of pressure to find that one thing we're meant to do.
And that's where the Mind Power book offers some helpful guidance.
Okay.
It reminds us that we have the power to choose our thoughts,
Okay.
and those thoughts shape our reality.
Right.
It encourages us to focus on what we want to create,
Uh-huh.
to visualize our desired outcomes,
Yeah.
and to affirm our own power to manifest those outcomes.
So instead of getting bogged down and trying to figure out our grand purpose,
Right.
we can start by focusing on what brings us joy, what makes us feel alive.
Yes.
And trust that those things will lead us in the right direction.
Exactly. And as we align our thoughts and actions with those positive vibrations, we naturally start to attract experiences and opportunities that are aligned with our highest purpose.
Okay.
It's like we're sending out a beacon to the universe saying, this is what I'm passionate about, this is where I want to contribute.
Okay. I'm starting to see how these concepts really do work together.
Yeah.
The law of one gives us this cosmic framework of unity and interconnectedness.
Uh-huh.
And the Mind Power book gives us the tools to actually navigate that framework, to consciously create our reality and
Right.
contribute to the evolution of consciousness.
It's a powerful combination, isn't it?
It is,
And the beauty of it is that it's accessible to everyone.
right?
We don't need special powers or initiations to tap into this wisdom.
Yeah.
We simply need to choose to align ourselves with love, compassion, and the desire to serve others.
But let's be honest, it's not always easy to stay in that positive vibration, especially when we're faced with challenges or negativity in the world around us.
It's not.
How do we stay connected to the principles of the law of one when things get tough?
That's where the practice comes in.
Okay.
The Mind Power book emphasizes the importance of consistent effort,
Right.
of cultivating a positive mindset through practices like meditation, visualization, and affirmations.
Uh-huh.
And the raw material encourages us to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth,
Yeah.
a chance to practice compassion and understanding even when it's difficult.
So it's about remembering that we have a choice in every moment.
Yes,
A choice to react with fear or respond with love.
exactly.
We can choose to focus on the negative or to look for the positive, to see the divine spark in ourselves and others.
Exactly. And those choices, those micro moments of awareness and intention add up to something much bigger.
Yeah.
They create a ripple effect that extends outwards,
Right.
impacting the entire web of existence.
We've covered so much ground today exploring these profound ideas about the law of one, mind power, and our role in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
As we wrap up our deep dive, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listener?
Remember, the journey of self-discovery is ongoing.
Okay.
Embrace the process of learning and growing.
Yeah.
Trust your intuition
Okay.
and allow love to be your guiding force.
Yeah.
As you deepen your understanding of the law of one and the power of your mind, you'll discover that you have the ability to create a more fulfilling and meaningful life, not just for yourself, but for all beings.
It's been an incredible journey exploring these concepts with you.
It has.
For our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Remember, this is just the beginning.
It is.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep shining your light.
Absolutely.
Until next time.